Okay, that's the debate. Beards, I heard the Army's coming out with this new thing that where you have to shave and everything else like that. And the gas mask debate is up. I'm reading it correctly where they're saying religious exemptions and things like that. We're going to withhold our standards. You're still going to have to be shaved, but you can't grow a beard while in a combat zone. Hey, welcome back, YouTube. Today's going to be a good one. We're going to go down a short road about beards, policies, standards. Man, it just keeps getting wild. Anyways, make sure to like and share and subscribe. Let's jump into it. Semper Fi. Okay, so as you can see here, the United States Army in uniform has a beard. Let's watch this video.
The Department of the Navy has completed its long-awaited study on whether beards interfere with gas mask seals.
The beard's interfering with the gas mask seal. That's what I want to talk about. Well, as you can see, I have a beard. I'm not in the military anymore, but I do have this old trusty gas mask. Don't ask me how I got it. I got it. It was hard. Anyway, that's the thing. I know there's been some studies out there that are saying that beards can get a seal to a gas mask. I actually did that. I'll put the video in here so you can watch. I do end up getting a seal even with this beard. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of disagreement. There's a lot of doctors saying that, hey, this person and this person cannot. I understand that. I'm not a doctor. It doesn't affect me either way. I'm not in the military anymore. I'm just saying, hey, we're in uniform. We need to look professional. We've shaved our beards for hundreds of years, right? And then they started this whole social media push about shaving beards and anybody getting an exemption. That is what I don't agree with.
That the Department of the Navy, which encompasses the Navy and the Marine Corps,
of course,
is now mulling changes to unspecified aspects of its policies governing religious or medical.
Okay, this right here, there's a turban, and I'm not really sure. I think there's a religious exemption for this. I don't agree with it. Hard take. I don't agree with it. I think you're singling yourself out and you're just doing it just for because. I understand that it's religious. I'm not saying anything about the religion. Is it really because of that? Or is it because you want to make a point and you want to be different? And how much stress does that put on your other soldiers or Marines or seamen or Coast Guard, Guardians, whoever, airmen?
Back in 2021, Navy Secretary Carlos del Toro ordered a study examining whether beards actually interfere with having a good seal on gas masks.
Okay, right here. Time out. I do remember when this came out. I don't agree with it. Like I said, hard take. I just don't agree with it. I think there's more to it. Yes, everybody is entitled to their own religion. I get that. But you're joining the Marine Corps and you're joining the United States military. You know beforehand what you're required to do. Are you singling yourself out? Are you putting more stress on your drill instructors, your command, your brothers and your sisters? I don't know. Here it is again. They changed the whole turban thing and then put the eagle, globe, and anchor on the turban for this gentleman right here. Probably outstanding, but I don't agree with it. I think that we signed up and we wanted to be a Marine deep down because there's a deeper, bigger cause that we wanted to serve, but I just don't agree with it. We're all supposed to be uniform. We're all supposed to be professional, and you're setting yourself apart. You knew what you were getting into. I remember seeing this. You're allowed to have the beard exemption in garrison, CONUS, back home. But what the issue was the beard in a combat zone where you have to be clean shaven according to Marine Corps order. Come on, man. You know, I just think it puts a lot of unnecessary and unwanted pressure to those around you. And are you really being combat effective doing that? Personal opinion. Not saying that he's not an outstanding Marine. I want to add to that I think we're in a society where social media is influencing a lot of these decisions. There's a lot of young servicemen and women that are influencing these. I know they had something about women's haircut, their fingernails, their eyelashes, the baby hairs. I don't get that and I don't understand it. But I do believe that we're being influenced by the social media. I do know that the branches of service are using social media, your TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, in recruiting. But we also have to remember, I see so many men and women in uniform giving their opinions and disgust and hatred and anger about a policy that you chose to join the military. That's just my way of thinking. Hey, if you're off and not in uniform and everything like that, that's fine. I get it. But are you using that uniform for those clicks, for those views? That's the issue. I just think that we have a very different generation coming up, and they're so easily influenced by us, the older ones, even the ones ahead of me, and even the ones that are still in. You still have an influence. And how we influence that younger generation will see that 5, 10, 15 years down the road. But I just don't understand it. Are we making a big deal out of nothing? Do you know why that you serve? Do you know why that you signed that dotted line? That oath that you swore, that line that you towed? Listen, I get it, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I understand if you're combat effective. We're a combat organization. We're a war-fighting organization that needs warriors. Now, does a beard get in the way of that? I could care less. I don't think so. But you swore an oath, and you knew what you were getting into at the possibility of some order that's going to make you shave or do something that you're not comfortable with. You knew going in what was required of you. I think we need to withhold and uphold a higher standard. Be professional, especially when you're wearing that uniform and what it represents. All those men and women that have come before you in that uniform to give you the freedoms and to protect your freedoms. Those are the men and women that came before me, that paved that path for me to get to where I am today, and I want to show respect to them. Don't even get me started on the weight standards and the taping, the height and weight of all the branches of service, because I see the videos out there. I just think it's a toxic culture that we're in right now on social media. Take the uniform off. Yes, you have that freedom of speech, but remember, you sign that oath. Remember who you represent. Remember what's on that name tape. Remember all those sacrifices that came before you. That's all I'm saying. I think we're making a big deal out of nothing. I'm really excited to see what the outcome is. There's a lot of people talking about, hey, I'm getting out. They've been in for 15, 17 years. Big mistake, by the way. Don't get out just because they're going to make you shave your beard. Now, if you have a medical condition and you cannot shave your beard, I understand that, and I get that. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. Like I said, it does not affect me either way. If we're combat effective, combat ready, we're training warfighters, and we're doing our job, and we're doing it professionally. That's all that matters, right? Just don't do it in uniform. Do it with some tact. Do it with professionalism. Go up your chain of command. That's my point. Lay off the social media. Lay off the TikTok. Stop bashing each other. We need to come together. We need to join forces. We need to build each other up and connect brothers, sisters in arms. That's what we're here. And even the veterans, they have an influence. There's so many influences out there, but what are you getting influenced by? I tell that to my boys. Listen, watch, hear. What is influencing you, and how is that going to affect you later down the road and the decisions that you make? Hey, I really do appreciate you watching this video. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. What you think about all these new policies, what you think about all these new social media influencers, or the ones in uniform speaking their mind in uniform with all this non-professional craziness going on. It's madness. Drop a comment. Let me know. Make sure to subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Semper Fi.